Shall I, shan't I? Shall I, shan't I? Shall I, shan't I? Standard edition. I only need an Airbus, basic Airbus, and I really like the TBM. $69.99. Installation. Is there any option where to install it? Let's see. $50 gig. I want it there in E. Perfect. So I am still on my old 150 meg internet, but this should be coming in the next few days. So create desktop shortcut, install. I want to play the game offline. Not really, because I think it's all in the cloud. Downloading. So I'll get back to you after this is installed. Okay, all installed. So I was just looking for the community folder. Looking on Google, it's saying it's in the Microsoft Limitless folder in the local cache, but I can't see anything in there yet. I might just need to start the simulator first of all. So let's see what happens. Obviously there's been loads of problems. We'll see what my system can do and whether I can actually get into it. I'm not expecting much. Allow access. That's a promising start. The dreaded loading. Hopefully I can get into, yeah. If I need to pause the video, I will. So I'm going to pause the video and hopefully it won't take too long to load. So I got it loaded up by the look of it, and it didn't take too long. It took about 3 minutes, no longer than FS2020. So that's promising. So based on your system capabilities, we recommend following graphics presets. Well, I've got a 4090, but I never go to ultra because when I'm in the SDK I just don't need all the extra power needed to edit, so I'm just going to do high end. Controls, well, I'm not going to do that yet. I just want to see if I can get into the default GATWICK. No. No, I don't like assists. Okay, finishing setup. So I'm not going to bother doing that. I haven't purchased any. So I'm already on the free flight screen, so it's got a nice little Cessna. I'm going to zoom down to Gatwick. Let's do the time to daytime. Start as departure. Okay, start flight. It's kind of like frozen up a bit now, and I've got a rotating timer on the bottom right. See if I can get to, yeah, I can get to that out of full screen. So I'm going to freeze the video just in case this takes a long time. Seems to be loading. Having trouble loading textures, I think, of the map. Let's freeze the video. Ah, it's just come in now. Okay. Well, ready to fly.
Gatwick Tower, Cessna Golf. November Sierra Alpha Quebec, ready for departing straight out at runway 26 left.
Drone view mode. So it looks like I'm going to have to set up the controls. So I'll pause the video. So I've set up the drone, the external drone, with my extra joystick. That seems to be okay. Well, that's the wrong setting, but that it's doing it. Up, down. Well, I haven't set it properly, but at least I can kind of get around a little bit. So, whoa. So it's looking pretty rubbish. I've got a Pier 6 that's not got a terminal. It's like there's no terminals. Pier 5, Pier 6, it's like got no building there, which is weird, and there's no air bridge or even anything on the ground, so either it's not loaded properly or some kind of weird bubble. That must be the new train station building, maybe. Do not know, but it's looking pretty terrible. It could be a problem with the servers not loading the other piers, but anyway, yeah, it's rubbish. Even worse than 2020 by the look of it. So I'm kind of like, I've got no way to go forward and back at the moment, the way I've set the drone camera. So I'll sort that out later. But if I get away from the airport, it's looking nice. The lighting looks nice, definitely. The trees are probably, I need to set the time, the seasons. Probably have to go to the main menu, so I'm going to pause the video here. It seems to be working fine. So finding the community folder, I have now found it easily. By Google, it's local cache, packages, community. So I need to send that to a desktop, and that's looking good. Main menu. So I'm going to pause the video again and put my GATWICK scenery into the community folder and see what happens. So the GATWICK package is now in the community folder of FS2024. Just the GATWICK package, which should contain these 4 folders and these 3 files. This file, update info, nah, don't need that. So now I'm going to start it up and see what happens. So I've actually managed to configure my secondary joystick for the drone view. It's now left and right, forward and back, and I still need to do a bit of a pitch that this is going to do, so I'm going to check out the scenery. So it looks like my projected mesh is okay. That's looking good. The taxiway signs are okay. So somebody did mention that the taxiway lights are a little bit bright, but they are brighter than FS2020, but they are absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That in fact is what it should be. It should be very, very bright. I know from experience. So I'm very happy with the taxiway lights. Spot on. So projected mesh is okay. The apron sign textures are looking fine. They're all represented. Now, interestingly enough, how is that possible? Yeah, the Null Aero BDGS should show up. So the Null Aero models are showing. I haven't installed the Null Aero into the community package yet, so it won't actually work. But if I go over, so let's go over to the train. Somebody said that the train was very jumpy. Well, I'm glad I didn't go look into it, because that looks absolutely fine. There's no jerky motion. Ah, yeah. A little bit of jerky motion there. So it's just happening a little bit. When you get close to it, maybe. So I'm going to try, what can I do to pitch this? Can't remember how I pitched it. go to settings. So I have got a bit of a cold, I'm afraid. Drone. So I want to. I think I used to pitch this with the mouse. Pitch axis. Might do the POV. It may not work. POV, no, I don't want that. Lockable. Drone pitch axis. See if that little hat switch on top of my joystick, see if that does anything. Yeah, oh, only one way, but that's a little bit better. So I like the trees in autumn, looking way better. So the train is a little bit jerking sometimes. It could be just it could be a scaling issue, but it could just be, there we go. It could be just the scale I need to adjust. So where next? Jetway LODs. Yeah, they're showing perfectly. They're coming back. Let's check the lighting. Yep, the lights work. Chocks and cones are all good. Everything's looking normal to me. The sort of oily markings are showing perfectly okay. The LODs are working. Excellent. Don't know, yeah, the weather today was cloudy, so it seems to be very accurate with the weather. Don't know what these white things are. I've seen it before in other videos. No idea what they are. It could be points of interest. Yeah, I think they are. So going over to the monorail. Is that a problem there? Nah. Ooh. Is that my model? Doesn't look very good. It's not finished. Yeah, I think that's correct. See, I've got no problem with the terrain in this airport, because I do believe I created a huge polygon which kind of follows the perimeter fence of the airport, so I don't seem to have any issues with strange terrain. So that was a good thing that I did. The perimeter polygon which flattens the whole of the airport area. I created a custom polygon which probably goes out to around about here. It's getting a bit misty, how can I fix that? I can't see any problem with performance. Just going over to the monorail to see if there's any jerky movement. position. I wish I could change the weather. It's easy. Yeah, that's better. That's pretty good. That's all the fuss about. That's not jerky by the look of it. It's just a train. See, there's my. This is my polygon where I've flattened everything inside the polygon. It's all looking pretty FS2020. There's nothing weird happening, so this is really good. I think I'm gonna go into flightsim.to and say that it is compatible. And I can't see any problem. What else is there to look for? There's nothing. I can't see any issues with buildings that somebody did point out. There's no like extra large or strangely scaled stuff. Is the tower looking okay? Yeah. Yeah, it's all as it should be. The animated radar. Yeah, that's looking fine. That's really good. I don't really need to go on because this is looking fully compatible to me. I fixed the little problem area here with these little markers. Somebody said that there was a cone about 500 meters in the air. It could be a me problem, or it could just be maybe GSX problem. All the cones that I've put in are yellow and white, like these. So if there is an orange or a red cone somewhere above the airport, somebody said it was 500 feet or meters, it's probably an unconnected problem. I did put some lighting really high up. Whether that's caused, nah, absolutely nothing wrong with the performance that I can see. It's actually smoother. I just can't wait to go and explore now. So I'm gonna go into flightsim.to and say that it's compatible.